Oh, so we just want to start now? Is that what we're saying? I mean, yeah, we can start right now. So now that we actually have our forever home picked out, which we did on the last stream last week, it's gonna take all season to, well, actually build up this whole entire area. So today's stream is mainly going to be destroying all of these trees, like the title, and maybe do some terraforming as well. It's it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. That's what's going to happen today. Gonna just turn the music down a little bit. I do have a few chests set up over here. Got a bed and got all kinds of doggos. Where did they go? Oh, they're right over here. So I'm gonna need names for these guys, like ASAP. Oh, and I need to make sure that I'm recording this, because last time I forgot to record and I could have used actually a lot of footage from last stream. So the music is from somewhere. What is it? It's stream beats over on Spotify that somebody generated, actually quite a few different playlists of different themes, genres of the music, like some hip-hop, synthwave, lo-fi, some rock, pop, and it's free to use for new up-and-coming streamers in the sense. Royalty-free, you don't get, charges of that sense, so yeah, that's nice. Plus, I don't think it's bad music. I like it. It's not, I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, this is going to take some time. Like, I don't know. Oh, maybe we could also do some replay footage of this. That might make things a little bit more fun for in post, and maybe I can actually integrate some of the things from this live stream into episode 2, which is still in the works of episode 2. Which hopefully, actually, episode 2 will be coming out at some point this weekend. I just gotta do some finishing touches. I got pretty much most of the general cutting done. It's just the polishing to make it entertaining and enjoyable and actually viewable. Oh, well, thank you, Babs. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have upgraded audio for some time, and actually, you gave me the push to do it, and thank you for helping me get it set up once it finally came in through the mail. So it was long overdue. It was long overdue to invest into audio so that way I sound more clean, crisp, beautiful, better in that sense. Really, really love that dogs go crazy as soon as go to start live streaming. Whether they're barking at the cats, or they're barking at their own shadow, or somebody's outside. Oh. Every time the plow truck comes up by my house, they go crazy as well. Like, I don't know if they just don't like the sound of the plow truck or what, but I don't know. I am kind of glad that I do need to deforest this whole area, because I know I'm going to need a lot of oak and I'm going to need a lot of birch. So that's going to be really helping me out in the early games here, getting resources needed to build this enchanted forest. By the way, love to see a live stream while playing in my own world. Oh, isn't that nice, Babs? I know I've been saying that I wanted to get back into it, and this is better than any time to get back into live streaming. I've really did miss it. It's nice to be able to chat with you guys on the live, get some ideas, insights, suggestions. Make sure to hit that like button, everyone, because it's going to help out with the YouTube algorithm, and you like it, it's going to push it out to more people. The more people will get in here, the better that it is. I always like meeting new people. It's always exciting. And scary at times, but nice. When I first found this area, I kind of thought I was biting off more than I could chew. But after spending some time and getting the grind work done to get the necessary tools, which actually I still do need mending on these tools. But I believe actually Atma set up a little pop-up shop and he's got some mending books for sale. So I might need to snag on over to Crafterville and get my hands on some of those mending books. And then once we declare to defeat the dragon, and somebody, I don't know, maybe I'll do it. I don't know, maybe somebody's already claimed that they'll build an ender, which I can't wait for that because it's going to make things easier. Or maybe somebody's going to do a gold farm, and then they can, like, you know, you gotta like buy like a quote-unquote ticket to use the gold farm for the XP purposes of it, because gold farm is really overkill with experience. I don't know if it's just because the turnover rate of spawns is higher than an ender, but anytime that I've ever gone to use one, which I've never actually built like all these massive farms or really played around with them until, well, season 1 of Craftiverse. And well, I'm just excited to see what's going to happen for Season 2 here on the Craftiverse server. A lot of things have been popping up. I'm not sure where everybody's at with videos and stuff, so it might be a little bit tricky to kind of go back to Crafterville. Might need to check with somebody, see what's what. Think we'll wait a few weeks till we defeat the Ender Dragon? Yeah, probably. I do enjoy the early game. If I could get shulker boxes right now, I would rather just do the shulker boxes, but still limit myself with using an elytra, especially still being this early in the season, just to continue to enjoy the early game and having to walk and boat and use horses and donkeys and... I don't know, it's just like once you get the elytra, it's kind of like, you definitely know that you're in the end game, and it kind of makes it difficult to walk around and enjoy what you're doing and building. That you're just like, well, I could just fly, and then you just fly, even though if you try your best not to. That's why, like, I really don't want to get an elytra anytime soon, just because I know I'm going to give in pretty quickly and be like, yeah, I'm just going to fly. Oh, you don't think you're going to use elytra for most of the times, Babs? Well, we'll see what happens there. I'm sure a lot of people do say that and be like, oh yeah, I'm just not going to. And then once you get your hands on one, it's like, yeah, okay. I'm just going to fly. There's no point of walking if I got wings. Like, who needs legs after you grow a set of wings? Oh yeah, you won't do any world building at that point. Yeah. I mean, it is nice to be able to eliminate scaffolding and quickly get on top of something, or to fly away and like check the perspective and check out your build. Elytra makes that a good asset. I've been working on some ideas of what I really want to do with that beach area down there, because, like, I kind of like it, but I also don't really know. Like, I was kind of thinking of doing, like, maybe some, like, shipwreckage, and that'll, like, be the, I guess, like, the start of where the whole claim starts here, like, of the Enchanted Forest. Like, that's the entry point. So I might have to relocate the portal over there or something, and maybe could, like, integrate it into, like, a shipwreck of something. That could be a pretty cool thing. Because The little tidbit that's going to make this enchanted forest so unique and different is as you progress into the forest, it's going to feel like you're being slowly shrunk down to the size of a button. Even smaller than the size of a button. So it's like, need to make sure that you have a starting point and a finishing, well, not really a finishing point, but at least a starting point so you can get that feel and I can plan out the builds and make it so as you start to venture in, you feel as if you're shrinking and everything's getting bigger around you and you're kind of confused. But it gives you that good vibe, the feeling that it's like, oh, it's just a little small thing. And also with that island there, I was thinking, because that's also in the claim, that could do a shipwreck there of some kind. Or like an ancient ruins of something of like past civilization, or like a little beach hut, maybe a lighthouse or something. Or it could turn it in, oh, actually, you know what could be really cool is, could do like a little pretty, well, a little pretty island of different fauna. Is it flora? No, flora is the ocean stuff. So fauna, like maybe a really big custom tree in that sense, and be kind of like the start of, like, as you, if you're boating around or flying around, you see that and be like, ooh, this looks interesting, and then you start to kind of like explore, and then you kind of figure out your way into the enchanted forest. That's why I know that this is going to take pretty much all season to do, so we got to start doing the boring stuff right off the bat, just to at least get it cleared out so I can start mocking things up. Because, I mean, it's going to be a lot of trial and error, and I want to try to eliminate as much having to destroy and rebuild and replace and relocate things. If I don't really need to do it, then that'd be great. But knowing me and how I plan things out, not entirely the best things. It should be okay. Should be good. I'm sure I can make it work. It's really bad that I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to like deforesting, that like I want to make sure that I get all the saplings and all the sticks and all the apples. Just because for, you know, golden apples in the sense, or if somebody's like, hey, I need some apples because I don't have any apples to make golden apples, I could be like, well, I had to do a bunch of deforesting over in my claim, so let's talk some deals. How many diamonds do you want to give me, and how many apples do you need? Because I got like so many double chests full of apples. That's crazy. Which I wonder if if anybody's ever like done that as like a challenge, being like, I need to fill a double chest with apples. That'd be crazy. I wonder how many at the end of like deforesting this entire island, well, soon to be island, because I got to turn it into an island by cutting a river right through here, as we can see on X-Zero's world map. Just because I don't want to deal with the birch grass. But even though like part of my claim goes all the way up into this dark oak forest and down and around over here, it's just so that way if I wanted to do like farms, or like have an industrial district, or maybe do something different, or have like a custom minigame designed over here, or like a parkour course or something, you know, just something. At least I got some room. Or if somebody, you know, wants to rent some land, then oh, maybe I could do that. It's like do some renting. So exciting to see what you will do with the area. I know, I can't wait. But in order to start doing anything, got to eliminate all these trees. I was kind of hoping that somebody might be on today, but, or at least at this time. Seems to be, it's always a hit or a miss with me. That's like, people are usually on when I'm getting ready to go to bed or in the middle of doing dad stuff. But, you know, weekends are good times for everybody. And especially with the different time zones, that's the crazy part too, is trying to line things up and get everything on a schedule, or somewhat kind of like jotted down of like, hey, what if we did something this day? Which, I mean, I was lucky enough that the other day I was able to do a couple of bits with Fivo, which that'll be in episode 2, and I did some fun things with Babs, which that will also be in episode 2. You'll just have to keep your eyes peeled for that. And at some point today, I'm supposed to be having the internet guy come in and upgrade our service, which means I really don't know when. They're just gonna kind of show up. I was notified that they'd be here between the hours of 8 and 5, and it is currently 9:30 for me, so we'll see. I did at least ask if they would give me a half-hour notice, like a quick call being like, hey, we're going to be there in about a half hour to run the new lines. Hopefully it's not going to be in the middle of the stream, but if not, I mean, I'm excited for it because then it's going to have better, faster internet, and that's going to really help with everything, just overall. Oh, Mr. Sheep, you wanna help me out? No? Okay, I figured as much. I mean, so far I already got a pretty decent chunk done. I know over there is gonna be, it's gonna be the worst part of it, because that is really, really dense with forest. I did notice the sun's going down. Will we be able to clear this little section before the sun goes down? See how fast we can go. I might be able to. The only thing that's probably going to hang me up the most is actually that big oak tree right there. I think we'll be able to do it. Now it's just down to this tree. This is actually a really massive tree. It almost kind of makes me want to leave it. You know what? To save time. So maybe we can do something cool with that tree. I've never seen a big oak tree actually grow like that. Like, it almost looks like it was custom made. Leaf it? Alright, Fivo. Hey, Fivo, what's up, my guy? What are you up to? I am currently starting the work of deforesting and potentially starting up some terraforming today, because all of this forest needs to go away. And so far, we've cleared out a decent chunk right here. But there's still a lot to do. Oh, am I missing any other blocks? I especially don't want to leave any birch logs behind. Saplings are always nice. Any apples? Ooh. Don't want to be leaving any of these behind, because I could make a deal with Emma being like, hey, I got quite a bit of apples and I know you're going to need a lot of apples. Ooh, getting some morning coffee. Up to 30 apples already. And I think I'm just going to bite the bullet here and we're going to just start making up a bunch of double chests. Because I got a good feeling we're going to need them. Well, I mean, apples are hard to come by, Fivo. I mean, I don't really like to eat them, but they'd be a good bargaining chip for especially Atma, who is going to need them for villager modifications and whatnot. Zombifications. And I'm wondering how many apples, when all said and done, I'll end up getting from here. Thank you, Fivo. And I don't know. Like, I was kind of wondering, like, would it be possible to get a double chest full of apples? Like, you know, what is it, 27 slots? Or what is it? No. 27 is a single chest. So what's that? 27 and 2, 40, 56, 56? Isn't it 56 slots in a double chest? So imagine 56 stacks of apples. Like, that's insane. But I wonder if I'll even get close to that, of how many apples. Which could actually make me quite a bit of diamonds. If I can just figure out how Atma likes to buy things and can swindle him into a good deal to make him think he's getting a good deal, when in reality, I'm the one that's getting a good deal. 54. Alright, I was close with math. Yeah, because 27 and 27, so if you do 2 and 2, that's 40. And then 7 and 7 is 14, so 40 plus 14, 54. Oh yeah. I really don't want to leave behind any apples. I'm bad about this. I know I already said that. It's like, it's just crazy. Like, I want all the sticks. I want all the saplings. I want all the apples. I don't know. It's kind of like a little token that's like, yeah, this is how many saplings and sticks and apples I was able to get from a whole deforestation montage. I don't have any torches on me, but what is down here? There's some coal. Oh, maybe that'll be something to explore. See, this big tree, it's ugly. It's gonna go. Oh, that one was easy. Sometimes they are that easy, and sometimes they're just really windy and, well, not easy. Oh, Babji nearly died. Well, I'm sure you wouldn't die if you were on the Craftiverse server. Just saying. Wink wink, nudge nudge, cough cough. How's the music? Is it too loud, too quiet? Is it just right? Because I've been trying to check the levels, and it seems like it's at a good level, or if it's too loud. It's amazing. All right. So what are you guys excited for season 2 of Craftiverse? Like, what are the things that, like, you can't wait to happen, but you know it's going to take some time, and like you're looking forward to it, and it's really exciting. Like, I can't wait till we start actually building shops in the shopping district, and we start overhauling the Mushroom Island. Like, I'm so excited for that. Like, that's going to be a big project in itself, and I think it's going to take quite some time, and it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of collaborations. That's what I'm really excited for right now. Oh, the gaming district. Oh, yeah, that's true. We are going to try to do some mini games this season. Oh. I think within my enchanted forest, I think I might do like a little parkour course just to coincide with the whole, like, as you go deeper and deeper into my enchanted forest, you start to shrink down. And I think that would be really cool, almost like a tourist attraction. Maybe I could do like a little coin system that it's like you wager, or for like even for like a product or something, that it's like you get to a certain distance or you get to a certain point that you win, you get like a certain amount of tokens or something. That would be interesting actually to come up with. Is that like you get to a certain, if you travel a certain amount of distance within the parkour course and you fall off, and like I could have it like being over a river or something, so like once you fall into the water then you have to swim back to the start, and then obviously, you know, swipe your card or, you know, pay to get in back onto the course again, and the tokens that you would collect of the I guess the parkour course currency could be like a little gift shop or something, kind of like, you know, like at an arcade, like depending on how many tickets you get, depends on like what item you can get from the showcase. Oh, making an area with me would be the dream, Babs. Well, maybe we can do something in season 3. I don't know. We did kind of talk about doing stuff together, but I think it's going to be more of something of the different lines than like our actual like bases. So maybe we can do like some mini games or something, or maybe we can almost like bring back CDI, but a little bit different. And for those of you who don't know what CDI is, it was Craftiversity Dream Island from season 1, which was going to be the minigame district. And Babs and I had spent a lot of time coming up with the business plan for it, and coming up with a proposal and figuring out how we were going to get everybody to join in and make plans for everybody. And well, sadly it wasn't able to happen, but we were able to kind of start the process. And that's where the whole joke of foundation and groundation came to be, that, you know, your house needs to be on a good groundation, not foundation, groundation, according to Babs. I mean, and he is, you know, going to university to be a teacher in English, so I mean, it's got to be true. Maybe he's like on the inside tracks of something that we don't know, but he knows before we know, kind of a thing, you know, like he's got inside information. Maybe an end project in season 2. Oh yeah, we could do something of that effect. And maybe we can find like an island or something and overhaul it and do something pretty cool. What time will tell, and scheduling and meetings is going to be a thing that we will dread the most about it, but it'll be fun because we'll be figuring stuff out and doing things and planning stuff. I don't know, just the thought of like, you know, sitting down and doing like I don't even know why I'm going about to say this, is that sitting down and scheduling meetings and getting into meetings and taking notes and coming up with ideas sounds like a lot of fun right now. Like just trying to get things underway and get the groundation laid out. My phone is blowing up this morning. All right. Oof. I'm kind of afraid. I want to like check the map, but I'm also kind of afraid of the same. I left a floating tree. That's just not gonna fly. You just spawned a warden because of your tunnel board. That must be nice. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Ooh, apple. I mean, with your tunnel board, there's nothing you can do. It's just going to continue to go unless you stop it. But even still, like, I wish you had, like, some things were kind of a little bit different with the whole warden thing, just because like if you're strip mining but you're under the biome or like next to the deep dark biome and the sensors still go off and they send it off to the shriekers, it makes it difficult, especially if you get to a point where it's like you're trying to redirect your strip mine to get away from the area, but you also can't at the same time. So it's like, well, what do you mean? I don't know. I ran into that in season 1, and I don't know. It like obliterated my drive to do strip mining, and even though I needed a lot of the deep slate for my builds that I was doing of the steampunk theme. Okay. 44 apples. That's a good amount. I mean, we're making headway. Been able to clear out more than I thought that I was going to. Like, we've done more than what I kind of originally anticipated. But still afraid to look at the map and just actually see how much. Just out of curiosity, what would be a character and personality which you wouldn't like to be with? Maybe like a fictional character from a series or a film. Out of curiosity, what would be a character and personality which you wouldn't like to be with? Are you saying like in a relationship with someone, or like I wouldn't want to be said character because of these qualities? Hello. Oh, as a friend. Okay. Oof. I don't know. I don't really know. My question's really throwing me off here. Oh, apple. Who would be somebody from a film or a series that I wouldn't want to be friends with because of how they are? Ooh. You couldn't be with Sheldon Cooper? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I couldn't either. But like, is there somebody that I... You know, honestly, you know, from the same show, from the Big Bang Theory, I think I would want to be friends with Howard. Because he was an astronaut, an engineer. Oh, he's pretty funny. He's cool. He's not in the sense of quirky of how Sheldon is. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. He's a good character, good actor and everything. Just I wouldn't want to socialize with him. Like, I don't even know, like if he was like a cousin of mine and went to a family reunion, I think he'd be like the cousin that I would like ignore and not really see or talk to. Intentionally trying to ignore him in the sense, just so that way I didn't have to deal with him. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, that's a hole. I am so glad that I did spend the time to get... This is even efficiency 4, but if it was efficiency 5, I'd be ripping through. I just need to get my hands on a bunch of iron and get a beacon going. That's what I need. But I can't really do that right now. I would have liked Howard's mom. I don't think so. Maybe for the fact that she was just, you know, would cook everything. Maybe. I don't know. I know it was Howard's mom and everything, but like, how did he like actually like put up with her and deal with her is the real question here. Like, yeah, I know they had like a, you know, rough whatever that his father left, and you know, all you had was just your son. It was just you and your son, and you didn't know what to do. You know, it would take a toll on you, but I don't know. Howard's mom is a very interesting character for the series, and it was portrayed very well throughout the whole entire show. Well, up until her passing, of course. Which I think was because the original voice actress who did Howard's mom, I think it was because she passed away and everybody agreed that they didn't want to carry on with Howard's mom with somebody else doing the voice. I think that's what happened, and that's why she got written off. Very important side character. Oh yeah, of course, it explains how Howard is how Howard is. Say that 10 times fast. If it wasn't for Howard's mom, you wouldn't really understand why Howard was the way that he was. Seeking the comfort and... what is it? The nurturing from a female partner to replace what his mother was lacking for him. Oh yeah, Howard was a big mommy's boy. It's crazy to think that he was really, really attached to his mother, even after getting married and, well, falling in love with Bernadette and them having kids. I don't know. It's just weird to think. One thing that is odd about the show, though, is that if you notice in the very beginning when Bernadette is first introduced, she doesn't really have that, like, chutzpah, that mean drive to her, like the chip on her shoulder kind of a thing. Like, that she was very soft-spoken and sweet and quiet, like very timid. And then she basically kind of turned into Howard's mother. With the yelling, the screaming. And I don't really want to say like the hostile, but the aggression behind her words became more and more true, more present. Just weird to think how some characters were developed throughout the show. I think really the only character that didn't develop, like adapt, was actually Sheldon. Like, he was still his quirkiness in the sense of like isolating himself of everything and anything that has to do with human contact and emotions. He did try a few times to like try to read people's emotions and pick up on body language cues and stuff, but never really did change. I mean, Penny actually did good for herself, got a good paying job. She, you know, was no longer like in relationships or trying to be in relationships with like the dumb hunks, and got with Leonard. Leonard, I think more the sense like matured and got confidence. Raj was self-confidence and actually able to talk to women. More or less just in the last season. Yeah. I do like how they did end the show, though. It was a really, really good way to end the show. And it was interesting that one of the episodes when Sheldon had to go to Texas while his sister was having her child, that everybody else was at the apartment, and then they got to talking about if it wasn't for Sheldon, none of them would have been there. And Amy was the one that actually initialized that conversation. And with them creating all different like storylines of the sense of trying to figure out like, well, what would have happened if we never did meet Sheldon? Sheldon went from just Leonard in his life to a group of people, then married Amy. Yeah, basically. That's pretty much actually the story of Sheldon, realistically. Another decent chunk cleared out before nightfall. This may just not take as long as I thought it was going to. I mean, we're already 40 minutes in and done quite a bit of work. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. There is still a lot to do. There's still a lot. Oh. Only 18 apples that go. Oh, look at that. We're at 62. I might need to set up a little bone meal station out this way. Even though the laughing in the background is way too much in the show. Oh, yeah. I didn't really like how they overused the laughing soundtrack, honestly. It is my guilty pleasure show, though. I do watch it over and over again and have it on to fall asleep, too. I don't know why. It's just like I used to watch The Office over and over, and that's what I would fall asleep to, and then it became The Big Bang Theory. Well, actually, it became Friends. It was a rotation of the Friends and The Office that once I would finish rewatching all of Friends again, I would then rewatch The Office, and then once I finished The Office, then I'd go back to Friends. And then a few years back, started watching The Big Bang Theory because I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to watch it, and I never really did. So I watched it the first time all the way through and actually like sat down and watched it, and I enjoyed it. And then I just started falling asleep to it. And I was like, all right, well, this is going to be my thing now. We're going to leave that tree too, because that one's a pretty cool tree. And then Leonard is considered a nerd who is with no strength is weird because when he shows his body you can see he's pretty good trained. Yeah, that's yeah, that was weird, is that he was like supposedly portrayed as like a, you know, the dorky nerd that's not very masculine, but then yeah, early on in the seasons he was in, you know, pretty decent shape. Have you watched Parks and Rec? Yes, I do like it. I've never actually finished it because, well, I don't even know why I didn't finish it, but I love Ron. Ron from Parks and Rec. Oh, and Andy. I mean, Chris Pratt. You can't go wrong with Chris Pratt. Freaking Velociraptor trainer. I mean, come on. But it is crazy to think that a lot of people didn't really, if they didn't see Parks and Rec, then they didn't know Chris Pratt prior to Jurassic World. And then everybody who knew Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec and saw Jurassic World, you couldn't take him seriously because you just remember him as Andy from the band and the goofiness and just the idiocy that came out of his mouth. That how is he supposed, like, you know, after seeing him in Parks and Rec, it's like, oh yeah, this guy has been able to train velociraptors on cue Okay. I mean, I'm glad it made him, you know, gave him his big break that he needed and was hunting down and looking for. Also gave him the opportunity to partner up with Marvel and be, you know, Quill Skylord and Guardians of the Galaxy, which, I mean, he's actually really good for that part. Like, he is Quill. Without a doubt. How are you going to skip Star-Lord like that? Well, what do you mean? What do you mean skip Star-Lord? Chris Pratt did an amazing job in... While in Jurassic World, he did do good. It was just hard to take him seriously after knowing him from Parks and Rec. But I feel like his, like, actual true calling is Quill. It is. Like, he's perfect for that role. Like, it's almost like they wrote it specifically for Chris Pratt. And then, of course, Ryan Reynolds. He's always been in the same genre of stuff, of the goofy, like, making fun of other movies and sense, and I like Ryan Reynolds as well. He's one of my favorites. I also liked Chris Farley. I miss, like, the old Jim Carrey movies like Mask, Liar Liar, Bruce Almighty. That one was a good one. I liked him in Dumb and Dumber. That was good stuff too. It was stupid but funny. Oh, he was oh, so he did. Oh, I thought it went. I thought the order went, like Parks and Rec, Jurassic World, then Marvel. Because he was getting in shape in Parks and Rec, and I thought it was because of for the role in Jurassic World, not for Guardians of the Galaxy. So does it go Parks and Rec, Guardians of the Galaxy, Jurassic World? Is that the actual correct order of his career projects? Is how you would say it? Oh yeah, second Dumb and Dumber is horrible. I didn't really care for it. The first one is, you know, usually with like films like that, it's like the movie Step Brothers with Will Ferrell and the other guy. I can never remember his name for the life of me. I just know that his name was Dale in Step Brothers, but or sorry, Nighthawk. But if they made a second Step Brothers, I don't think it'd be any good, especially with such like a huge age gap, unless it was like supposed to be them grown up, married, and their own kids, and they were like living on the same block or like a duplex or something. That goes Park, Guardians of the Galaxy, Jurassic. Oh, see, I thought it was the other way around. Guardians of the Galaxy came out in 2014. Oh my god, that makes me feel old. Vivo, you're like dating me now. Like, ugh. Now I'm starting to get confused. See, I'm just confused. Atma, it's just his oldness is just wearing off on all of us. I think it is. The elderly and confused are just rubbing off on the rest of us crafters here. We need to put them in quarantine for a little bit so that way we can get unconfused and unelderly. Which, imagine if that was a thing, like if you could actually do such a thing. Like, how many people would still be alive? Like, would things be better or worse if you could slow down aging process? Bro, Iron Man came out in 2008. Oh my lord, yes it did. Now I know how Atma feels. It's like, I feel old. And I'm in my mid-20s. Oh my god, I'm in my mid-20s. You know, it's really bad when there are so many days that I actually forget how old I am. And like, I'm exactly 25 years old because I just turned 25 in February. But I forget my age. Like, I don't know. It's like after I hit 21, I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, now I can legally rent a car. That was like really the next thing. And then I guess like 38 is the next thing to become president or whatever. Yeah, 38 in the United States to become president. So that's like the last age restricting thing. And then of course retirement is, unless they changed it and I don't know, is 65 in the United States. People would be willing to learn and adapt, it would be fine. What do you mean? I'm lost. I'm confused. Old and elderly. But history shows that people aren't learning from mistakes. Oh, yeah, history repeats itself, regardless. Always happens. Always, always, always. But I mean, like, the good people that, you know, died old in that sense, that, like, if they were still around today, would we still be as messed up as we are as a country? And world? Or, like, would things be better? Or at least more neutralized, natural, more organized, functional? You just want to pet that dog? Which one? Which doggo do you want to pet? I got 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got 5. Actually, I think I got 2 more somewhere floating around out there. I'm not entirely sure. Because the oldest person right now was born in 1908. Yeah. That is crazy to think that we can only go back so far in history and like actually be fact checked off of the oldest person right now. Oh, you're gonna pet all the dogs, Babs? Okay. Well, over a stack of apples now. Oh, yes, yeah, no one is really learning from their mistakes. That's right, Fivo. Or at least trying to, and then it's slightly different, but it's still down the same path. In the sense of, like, there's no corrections, just more of slight tweaks and quote-unquote improvements, just for the timing. But again, there's a lot of things going on right now that people are like, oh, this is good, it's better, it's going to fix things. But then think about it, like, when our grandkids are in school and learning about history and they're, you know, they're teaching what we went through, they're going to be like, wow, you guys were crazy. You didn't even know what you were doing. And like, I mean, that's how it was for us when we were in school and learning about stuff that our grandparents and great-grandparents were doing and stuff, that it was like, we would ask them, do I want to keep this tree as well? No. I don't want this tree here. It's not as cool as the others. It's sad compared to the other ones. Hey, Babs, thanks for stopping by. Have fun. Doing is what you do. But yeah, Fivo, you do make a good point. We might be better off. We may not. Only time is really going to tell. And of course, every generation is different in the sense of viewing and perceiving things and processing of all the things that are going on. Ooh. Let's see. I'm going to have to get mending on some tools pretty quick. And do I really want to pay the fee to to Shroom to use his Guardian farm for quick XP, or do I want to take the sweet long time at the Skelly farm? I don't know. Keep the axe cutting. Oh yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. I'm hoping before the stream ends that can get at least half of this island done. Which, so far, it kind of seems to be we're on track. Ooh, that tree dropped 2 apples. I know, isn't it Cheese that's doing a wood shop? Oh, I don't think I'm going to need to be buying wood for some time. However, there are going to be lots of decorations and stuff in that sense and a lot of crafting of this wood, so I might actually run out of wood relatively quickly. Yo, Fivo! In stream and on the server. Maybe Fivo, you want to come over and you want to help? And whatever you gather, you can keep for yourself. Blaze farm for fixing. Ooh, we got. Oh yeah, Blazes do pretty good with XP, don't they? It's always exciting being on an SMP and realizing that there's so many different ways of doing things and so many people know different things. It's just, I don't know, it's just crazily nice. Ooh, where is he at? He's probably not for too long here. Going to be going back to Crafterville and taking the long, treacherous journey through the nether tunnel that I dug out to set up the portal. Because I tried boating it. It takes way too long. Like, takes, well, 8 times longer, really, than going through the nether. Little forge near my portal. Ooh, nice. Nice. We'll be heading there soon-ish. Like 20-ish minutes. I think like in 20-ish minutes. It's like 2 days, 2 Minecraft days, isn't it? So I guess we'll just have to see like just how much the durability is going to be taken away. Does help having Unbreaking 3. However, there's no Unbreaking 3 on my hoe. I think Atma has a couple of those books in his pop-up shop, honestly. Maybe. I know he's got Mending. I'm not sure about Unbreaking. Oh, where's the sun? Okay, we still got some time. Just a friendly reminder to hit that like button so that way the YouTube algorithm likes me and helps to push out the stream so we can get more people in here. The more people, the better. And the better is better all the way around. All the way back to the beginning of me creating the content and posting it to you guys. Also, if you're new, make sure to subscribe as well. So that way you don't miss out on any of this fun and exciting content that is entirely of chopping trees and all kinds of fun stuff. But in order to do the really, really fun things, gotta do the boring, grindy work first of all. And it's you know, killing two birds with one stone, because gonna need a lot of these birch logs, strip birch logs to make my custom mushrooms. Because that will also be a key feature in the Enchanted Forest, is custom mushrooms and custom trees and branches and foliage and beautiful, all kinds of good stuff. I mean, a lot has been cleared. We're starting to wrap around. Starting to wrap around this island. So that's good stuff. I wish when you had looting... Or does it work if you have looting 3 on an axe and you're chopping down an oak tree? Does the chance of getting apples actually do increase? Like, is that possible? Is that how things work here? I don't know. Ooh, baby chicken. Okay. I mean, it's a good chunk. Oh, it's just going to take so much time. It's kind of weird to think that in real life, deforesting is a bad thing. But it's a pretty major thing to do in Minecraft, is that like you kind of need to do it a lot. I timed that pretty good. I don't know how I was able to do it, but I did it. Just walked on water. I am the new Jesus. They call me Cuses. Oh, another doggy. I don't think I got any bones. Oh, I got enough dogs and I can breed them up anyway. So if somebody wants to come over here and get some dogs, you can, by all means, come on over. This is a pretty big tree. Did I get them all? Yep, I did. Oh, turtles. Remember the last year we came across some turtles and bred them up and got their eggs. But it's nice to know that we have some turtles here on our little island. I think it'd be pretty cool to have some turtles floating around. God, what is stuck in my throat? I think I will build 2 other pop-ups. Ooh, like what? What you building, Vivo? All you can meet. Ooh, that sounds yummy. And I'm hoping that for Atma's process of getting all of his books for his bookshop, I'm wondering if he is if he's going to do. I think he said in his actual recent episode, his episode 2, that he was going to do farmer villagers, which if that's the case, then he should be getting his hands on an abundance of gold and carrots. And the question's going to be, is he going to kind of sell them? Or is he going to hoard them all for himself? That's the real question. Because this season we're trying to be limiting with like farms and such, that we don't want to, you know, there'd be no point of having a shopping district. Oh, are you stuck? I saved you, turtle, don't you worry. Oh yeah, I got Depth Strider 3 and Respiration 3. That's why I was able to move so quickly. Maybe that's why I was able to walk on water. It's like when you don't have those enchantments, it's like, man, I wish I had them. And then like when you're enchanting your gear, you're like, yeah, I don't really care for it. Then if you accidentally get it on top of something else like this that I saw on Breaking 3 and I, you know, enchanted it and then saw Protection 3 and then Respiration 3, I was like, well, I'm not going to re-roll it because I got it on Breaking 3 and I can just get a Protection 4 book. Or get books and then just increase it to Protection 4. So I was like, you know what, I'll just keep it for now. Maybe I'll do another set of armor or something, I don't know. But I mean, hey, it's working out for me. Especially if I do some more caving and stuff and I come across some underwater caves, then won't need to bring a stack of doors with me. If this tree wasn't like in the ground, I probably would have been keeping this tree, but it's pretty low to the ground. Doesn't go with the feng shui of the island. It just doesn't work. Plus on that quest of Plus on the quest of collecting as many apples as possible and trying to swindle and possibly swindle some deals with Atma on the apples. Because I know they can be a pain sometimes. They can be a pain sometimes to gather up, so. A little cave. Seems to go pretty down far. Huh. There's all kinds of pockets of caves on this island that definitely probably gonna have to check out here in the near future. I should also probably get my hands on an ender chest here pretty soon. Just that way I can have that little bit of extra storage in my back pocket. It's like the equivalent of going from regular pants to cargo pants. It's like you got 2 extra pockets. They can hold so much more stuff. I do sometimes kind of wish that was a thing in Minecraft. That it was like, you know, you could kind of like, you could have a backpack. Like, I know we got the bundles, we have shulker boxes, we have the ender chest, but it's like we don't really have like a backpack or a satchel or a sack or something. I mean, yeah, we have the bundle as the sack, but I mean like I think it would be really cool if able to make like a backpack early game and like it only gives you like 1 bar, like 1 more line, like another 9 inventory slots. Because like, yeah, with the llamas, the donkeys, the mules, yeah, you can do the chests in the sense, and of course the llamas is just how they're bred, how many storage that they have inside of them. But it's like, how come we can't... Why can't we have like a backpack? Like, that would be really cool. Fivo, you anywhere near a bed? Am I going to make it back in time before mobs start spawning? Freaked me out a little bit there that it took a second for all the dogs to just render in. So what are we at? We're at almost 2 stacks of apples. That's crazy. And that's a lot of saplings. Like, that's crazy to think. I wonder if that chest will get filled up with saplings before the end of the stream. Alright, whereabouts are we? We need to start over there. So let's clear out that island over there. And obviously, as we progress over to that area that we're going to focus on of clearing out trees, we're going to just make a line for it. Clear out all of these easy ones. I mean, of course, all of these trees are coming down. It's just a factor of blocking it out of like, well, what do I really want to get done today? How much of this am I going to get done? How much am I going to chop? How much am I going to be willing to deal with it and want to continue to chop trees is the real question. Now, I know it's kind of crazy to think that it's like, you know, I'm building an enchanted forest and I'm destroying the forest that's already here. Well, the thing is that there's going to be a lot of custom terrain and custom trees and custom builds in this area. So it's like, I gotta get rid of the original forest that's already here. So that way I can make room to build my own version of my enchanted forest. So these are the things that got to get done. Yeah, we're getting pretty low on that hoe for durability. Gonna definitely need to get some unbreaking 3 and mending on the hoe and mending on the axe, because this axe is starting to take a toll. The durability is going pretty low. It's getting low. Well, finally made it over here onto the little island on this section. That will get this cleared out, and hopefully, probably about that time, once we get this cleared out, we'll probably head back to Craftyville and get those books. Or if my hoe gets really, really low, really, really quick, whichever kind of comes first. I mean, I can work around the hoe and just use the axe. It's just faster with the hoe with the silk touch and everything. And plus, I like getting the leaves, even though my axe does have silk touch to get the leaves. It's just nice to get that, like, bulkness from the hoe, just being able to go and then have my pockets full of itchy leaves. I mean, having just to rely on my axe to cut through some leaves, it's not really slowing down too much. I like having bushy leaves, but I also dislike when I'm trying to, like, run through them to get to the next tree. It can make it challenging at times. You can indeed. You know, the more I think about it for this area, I'm probably within the first few weeks of starting to build up the enchanted forest, I'm more than likely going to be running out of wood really, really quickly. Because I plan on doing a really, really, really big tree in the center, which is going to be like the whole focal of the lore of the area. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to build it out of oak. So that means pretty much everything that I cut from here, cut down, chop down, put in my pockets, is going to be rebuilt into one gigantic massive tree. So yeah. I will say though, I'm glad that clearing this out is a lot easier than needing to deal with like clearing out a jungle. Because that would be more work in itself to do. Especially not having having fire tick turned off. So that way we can use the flames and build with fire in the sense, and we don't have to worry about our buildings getting burnt down, or if lightning strikes flammable materials, then it won't burn down as well. It's one of those catch-22 things that it's like, yeah, I do need all these resources, but sometimes it's like, you know, if I could just light one match and just let it go, I'd let it go. But essentially we can't. We turned it off so we could build with fire to make things pretty. So that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta deal with. Plus I know it's hard to get birch. Like if you start off with one birch sapling and trying to, you know, farm as much as you can out of it, especially for me, that I'm going to need a lot of stripped birch logs to make stems for custom brown mushrooms and red mushrooms. I think it'll work with the red mushrooms. I think it will. Or maybe I can do a different block variant just to break it up a little bit more than just the actual canopy, but yeah. Birch is one of those hard trees to like have it renew itself. And I totally spaced to grab my bed with me, so that way I could just sleep out here and get this whole area cleared and done. Oh boy. Might have to start turning around and making a run back for it. Might need to start running back. Sun's going down, down, down. I also wish that like the fast leaf decay that we have on the server, it was like a little bit faster. And it's like, you know, like that, like I wish that once you chop the actual tree that are attached to the spawned leaves, that all the leaves disappear. But no, it's like it still connects to the nearest log. Like this right here, like why? They're so spread apart to the point where it's like you shouldn't even be technically touching enough to not remove the leaves. So it's almost like you gotta chop down 5 trees to get to the point of removing the whole entire leaf canopy. I don't know. Vivo, can you sleep, please? Thank you. Vivo, what a guy. Oh, if you're new, make sure to hit the like, you know, just joining us for the first time or just joining in now, make sure to hit the like button so that way the YouTube algorithm knows that you like me and you like the stuff and is going to push it out for more people, because the more people that come, the better it is for everybody, including myself, and of course, it gets better for you. And if you're just joining now and you still haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to do that so that way you don't miss out on future content and the wonderfulness of watching me continuously chop down trees for the entire eternity of this season. But the whole purpose behind chopping down all these trees is because of our claim of this whole entire area, but mainly focusing on this part is going to be our enchanted forest. And in order for me to start building a forest, I got to remove the original forest so I can start creating custom forest stuff. So that is what's going on. And tell your friends, tell your pets, tell everybody about this stream. I'm going to try to stream every single Friday at this time. I'm hoping that I can keep to that regiment. Of course, if I have like doctor's appointments or something, because I do work full-time, a regular job. It's just the factor of if I need to schedule doctor's appointments or things for my kids or for my fiance, then Fridays usually kind of overtake that. But I try to do my best to make sure that I can keep my Friday as open as possible, so that way I can spend all of my time on Friday. When I don't have to be at my big boy job, I can be at my desk making and creating the content that you guys all love and deserve to be viewing with your looking balls in your head. Which I got quite a bit of editing stuff down. I just needed a few more little clips here and there and some more content stuff so I could do some cool voiceovers. And I was like, well, I need to start deforesting the island so I can build my enchanted forest. And I was like, you know what? I said I was going to stream season 2. I'm going to be streaming season 2. I need to get back into the groove, the rhythm of it. So I was like, you know what? Every Friday, if possible, at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be streaming. And I was like, you know what? Let's do some tree chopping today. And maybe terraforming, depending on how far we get. Because, I mean, so far we're on a good, pretty pace. Good track record. It's not too shabby. I mean, been live for an hour and a half now. Oh my god, an hour and a half already? Jeez. And, I mean, pretty much from, like, right here, all over is what we've done in the last hour and a half. So it's not too bad. There's at least quite a bit of stuff cleared, so that way we can start, you know, doing some work of laying stuff and things out for the, you know, enchanted forest. Like the beached area over there, like I actually thinking of like doing like a really cool shipwreck that looks like it's like, you know, it's been there for some time, like moss is taken over, it's overgrown, it's got mold and stuff like that, you know, just like all kinds of greenery over it that it's been sitting there forever. And like that'll be the entrance point to the enchanted forest. So it's like you'll spawn in here in the portal, of course, once we get our nether hub highway set up and everything. So going from anywhere, but anyway, they're like on the beach here, be the shipwreck and the portal, and then you start to go into the enchanted forest, because like the center point's going to be like somewhere in here, and it's going to be a giant tree. It's going to be the focal point of the lore. So you need to kind of have a starting point. Just you need to have a starting point, because especially like one little gimmicky thingy that I'm going to do is as you progress into the enchanted forest, it feels as if you're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So the builds are going to have to be like smaller on the outside, and custom trees and fauna is going to be like more at the natural state. Like, you know, like say these flowers, okay? They'd be at this height, and then the further you go in, they get bigger and bigger and bigger to make you feel like as if you're the one that's shrinking and things are getting bigger, aren't getting bigger. Like you're shrinking yourself, because like, I don't know. I just wanted to challenge myself with a different build scheme and style. And I was like, well, I want to do like a fantasy thing. I was like, well, what can I do that's not going to be boring, or at least exciting for me and kind of challenging at the same time, instead of just kind of copying, pasting, and taking inspiration from everybody else who's done the same thing of, you know, fantasy builds. So it's like, well, what if I did it so that way the scale changes and it's almost like you're shrinking down to the size of a fairy? And the funny thing is the inspiration for all of this actually came from the movie Tinkerbell. And the for the whole thing, why hello there from Nepal. Nepal? Nepal. Nepal? Nepal? How do you say that? Is it Nepal? Hang on one second. I will be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just got the phone call that the internet people are here, so they are going to start doing the work Which means the stream is ending because they're going to have to cut the original line and replace it and all that good fun jazzy stuff. So I'm not going to have internet for a couple of hours. Maybe the stream will continue later on. I don't know, but I have to go for now. I got to go do adult dad fun stuff. But anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to share with your friends, family, pets, everything, your plants, everybody, the trees outside. Who doesn't love Minecraft content? But anyways, you guys, you have yourselves a wonderful day. Have a good day. My outro is have a good day.